President Sisi expresses solidarity with Somalia and offers support after the attack. Egypt denies claims of supplying military aid to Israel. And the Ministry of Environment announces that women now occupy 50.4% of leadership positions in Egypt. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Qnews, bringing you the latest updates from Egypt. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has held a phone call with the Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohammed. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Mohammed al-Shinawi stated that President al-Sisi checked on President Mohammed's health after the recent attack on his convoy and reaffirmed Egypt's solidarity with Somalia. He also reiterated Egypt's commitment to supporting Somalia's counter-terrorism efforts and strengthening cooperation in various fields, emphasizing strong ties between the two nations. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has firmly rejected Israel's ongoing military operations in Gaza. During a call with the Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, they called for an immediate ceasefire, an end to the Israeli ground incursion, and urgent humanitarian aid. Sanchez emphasized that Spain supports the Arab reconstruction plan and aligns with Egypt in rejecting Palestinian displacement. El-Sisi and Sanchez agreed that a two-state solution is the key to regional security and stability, while also emphasizing the need for stability in Syria and Lebanon. Egypt's State Information Service has firmly denied claims that Egypt is supplying military aid to Israel, labeling them as baseless and delusional. CSIS emphasizes Egypt's leadership in rejecting forced displacement in Gaza, its provision of over 75% of Gaza's aid, and its commitment to ending aggression. Their statement added that Egypt remains steadfast in defending justice, opposing the Israeli occupation, and upholding its long-standing national and moral principles despite the heavy price it has paid. Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati has discussed with his Bulgarian counterpart, George Georgiev, developing relations between the two countries in various fields. The two ministers discussed strengthening trade and investment ties, highlighting Bulgaria's role as a key wheat supplier to Egypt. They also addressed Middle East developments, including the Gaza situation. Minister Abdelati offered condolences for the death of the Bulgarian officer Marin Marinov in Israeli shelling and condemned the attack on the UN headquarters. He emphasized the need to implement the second phase of the Gaza reconstruction plan. Egypt's ambassador to Kenya and permanent representative to the African Union in Nairobi, Wael Nasreddin Atiyah, has hosted an iftar gathering for the members of the Egyptian community. This event was part of the embassy's ongoing efforts to engage with the community in Kenya. The ambassador also attended a national unity iftar organized by the Coptic Orthodox Church. He emphasized the embassy's commitment to supporting the community and fostering unity among members. Minister of Environment Yasmin Fouad has reviewed a report on the achievements of the Women's Unit at the Ministry of Environment and its agencies. Recent data from February 2025 show that women now hold 50.4% of leadership positions, despite making up 27% of the ministry's total workforce. Fouad emphasized the government's commitment under President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to advancing women's roles in economic and social development. The ministry also implemented training programs for female staff, with 179 women trained between March 2024 and March 2025. Additionally, cooperation agreements have been signed with civil society organizations to enhance women's involvement in environmental initiatives. InstaPay mobile application has announced applying new fees on its transactions and services starting April 1st, 2025. Money transfer fees via the InstaPay app will be at an 0.1% of the total transaction value, with a minimum of LE £1 and a maximum of £20 per transaction, according to the application. The app will also allow a 10 free balance or mini statement inquiries per month per customer, with a fee of 50 piastres applied for each additional inquiry. Minister of Water Resources and Irrigation Hani Suwailam has held a meeting to review the water situation and irrigation conditions in Aswan Governorate, as well as preparations for the upcoming peak water demand season. The meeting discussed ongoing maintenance efforts of watercourses in the area, including cleaning canals, removing encroachments, and conducting routine upkeep. Additionally, Suwailam emphasized continued coordination with the Ministry of Agriculture and stakeholders to ensure effective water management and resolve any irrigation challenges in the region. The Suez Canal Authority, the SCA, has reaffirmed its commitment to maintaining strong relationships with major shipping companies and global maritime organizations. In a press release, the SCA highlighted ongoing meetings with key industry figures, including the International Maritime Organization and major shipping line CEOs, to address geopolitical and security challenges affecting global supply chains. These efforts have led to increased investment in Egypt's maritime sector, notably from Maersk Group, which is expanding its projects in East Port Said and Damietta Port. The Suez Canal Authority, the SCA, has announced a total of 166 ships have changed their routes to pass through the Suez Canal instead of the Cape of Good Hope since early February. Red Sea conflicts over the past year have led to a decline in the number of vessels transiting the canal, affecting its revenue. Before the escalation of security concerns in the region, Suez Canal traffic had reached a record highs in 2023, with 26,434 ships crossing, a net cargo volume of 1.6 billion tons, and an all-time high revenue of $10.3 billion. Egypt's ambassador to Morocco, Ahmed Nihad Abdel Latif, has met with the Moroccan Minister of Trade and Industry to discuss the strengthening of the economic and industrial ties between Egypt and Morocco. The meeting highlighted the importance of increasing investment opportunities and enhancing trade exchanges for mutual benefit. The Egyptian ambassador emphasized Egypt's commitment to facilitating trade, following up on agreements made during the Egyptian Minister of Environment's visit in February. And that brings us to the end of our news bulletin, and here's what we have been covering. President Sisi expresses solidarity with Somalia and offers support after the attack. Egypt denies claims of supplying military aid to Israel. And the Minister of Environment announces that women now occupy 50.4% of leadership positions in Egypt. And that's all for now. Remember to stay updated by following Qnews for the latest developments.